Hello, my name is Reggie Bray. I'm an operations section chief with Pacific Northwest Team 2, and today is the Dolan briefing for September the 15th. Just a little bit information starting overnight. We had a relatively quiet night across the fire area. Really little movement from the night operations. The marine layer pushed in to the coast a little bit, but actually overall the whole fire, we are seeing less of that today. So what that's kind of telling us is that first of all, we're going to be able to hopefully get our aircraft up earlier this morning. And also there is a chance if that lifts and we get more sun on the fire, we could see some increased activity in some of the areas. So starting with today, over on the northwest side of the fire, along the coastal highway, up to McWay Ridge, the North Coast Ridge Road, Anderson Peak, very quiet. Really nothing. Yesterday found no heat. Last night the same. Really found no heat at all. So we're just going to continue to monitor that. We have engines and stuff that are patrolling that as well. Moving around to the north side of the fire, yesterday we were focused on this finger that continues to burn toward Arroyo Seco, and when we could get clean air, we put aircraft on that, just trying to keep that checked up, continuing to buy time as we continue structure prep in Arroyo Seco, Tasajara. Really, really good work going on up there. They've got a lot accomplished. They're really just kind of improving what they can around there. Most of that is all in, and they're just waiting, for whatever we need to do as far as actions in the future. We continue to work with our partners, Cal Fire, strengthening control lines south of Release Canyon, over into the east side of the fire. Really good work. Those are done just today. We're just looking at just piecing a few little small pieces together, cutting out some of the crooked lines and just straightening that out, using some hand crews to put some hand line where the dozers can't get to. It's moving down toward the very east side of the fire, just to the west of Pine Canyon. It's kind of that same work is going on. We're continuing to strengthen those lines, improve the dozer lines, look at structures, get those protected, get all the plumbing, hose, things like that, pumps in, just making sure that we have everything in place in case the fire wants to push to the east. Down in the AV Ranch, Coleman Canyon, we're still continuing to look at lines, just improving them. Also, just continuing to monitor the fire along Del Venturi Road, where we, it just continues to be some unburned pockets in there. And so that's really just a focus of resources, making sure that stays to the west of Del Venturi, and we protect Hunter Liggett, things down into the south. A lot of activity is going to be going on the south side of the fire today. We are going to begin ignition operations along McKern Road back toward Nacimiento. It's going to take us several days to accomplish that. So it's going to be an ongoing operation for the next few shifts. The other thing that we'll be doing is yesterday we continued to put fixed wing retardant in a lot of places. We were just pre-treating this line for holding operations that we're going to be burning along McKern Road. And then also we were trying to just continue to stop or impede the spread of the fire south, just giving us time to get those ignition operations going and get our lines established. Down on the south, along the coast, just off of Pruitt Ridge, where we've been doing the firing the last several days, just north of Pacific Valley, crews continued to strengthen and put fire and get depth on our fire line. They fired around most all of the structures there. We're going to continue to do that today. There's some pockets of unburned. We want to keep bringing fire around those. Fire's made its way down to the coastal road in a few places. And so that just continues to be an area that we're going to have crews in, engines in, just continuing to watch that and patrol that, make sure those structures are safe. And then also one of the major hazards we're seeing, especially where we just have new fire down along the highway, is rollout. Caltrans has been working really hard to keep that clear, but that still continues to be a problem and a concern for us along the highway. Our contingency group, we had some other resources that were like working on contingency lines. We've needed the extra resources in some of these other divisions to help us try to get these lines in. So we've really worked hard to put all those other resources down here. So we have a couple of areas of concern, of priority for us that we're focusing on. The one area is the fire that's just north of McKern Road, and then the other area, which is just south of Arroyo Seco, and that's where we're going to be focusing a lot of our efforts. And then any other areas that the fire pops up today, starts to try to get active, we'll be working that with aviation. That's the end of the briefing. Thank you.